Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, with Governor Wike winning the Rivers State elections, champagnes popping, high fives everywhere, and whoops and hollering. So there's a lot of celebration in the PDP quarters, but the AAC candidate, the Sowore candidate for that state, is telling Governor Wike to put the champagne back on ice because it's not to celebrate too early yet, because they are intending to challenge that results. So I'll bring you this. We'll reclaim our stolen mandate, says Rivers AAC governorship candidate. I want Rivers people, especially my teaming supporters, who are being pained by what they are seeing, to keep hope alive. Victory is certain. We are going to bring back the stolen mandate, Awara said. So Awara is the name of the AAC candidate. Bioko Mabo Awara, governorship candidate of the African Action Congress AAC in Rivers State, says his party will reclaim the stolen mandate, referring to his loss in the election. He alleged gross irregularities in the resumed collation of the state governorship election result that saw Governor Wike of the People's Democratic Party re-elected as governor of the state. Wike won the election after polling 886,264 votes to beat Awara, who polled 173,859 votes. The margin was 712,405 votes. So just to pause for a moment, with that margin, it's very difficult to challenge that because the margin is so vast. We're not talking double or triple. It's almost 5 times the votes in margin, and you can really see that because the AAC candidate is a fairly new name to the political scene. The AAC is a fairly new party to the political scene, and this person therefore is going up against an established politician, a politician who is from a party which is a juggernaut in the Nigerian hemisphere, PDP. So really the margins would read to respond to that sort of scenario. It tallies, it adds up. You know, I'm not saying it wasn't rigged or it was rigged, etc., etc., but you can see the margins are adding up, because if Governor Wike, who had been in government for 4 years, a known name to the Rivers State, voting population, I'm saying, if it's contending with an AAC candidate who is unknown from a party that is barely known, then surely the margin of victory will be astronomical. That stands to reason, and that seems to be what has played out here. So I'm not quite sure what this guy is basing his objections on, but let's read on. However, Awara said the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) connived with Wike to rig him out of winning the election. Speaking after the announcement of result, Awara alleged that Lawrence Chukwu, his party agent, was denied access to the collation center. Awara said Nyenye Kocha is not the collation agent of AAC in INEC office, Port Harcourt. Dr. Chukwu is the duly nominated coalition agent of AAC, but he was prevented by security personnel at the gate of the INEC office in Port Harcourt from moving to the coalition center. I have a unit-by-unit result of the March 9, 2019 election in Rivers State. When they observed that I was leading, they saw the danger coming and they quickly moved to March 10 to save Wike by suspending the collation of the results, which they resumed on April 1. As at the time the collation was suspended, I had 281,000 votes as against Wike's 79 votes. So they, INEC officials, quickly came to his rescue. We have written a petition on the electoral fraud in Rivers State to the INEC chairman stating the actual results, but Professor Yakubu will not take action. He urged his supporters to remain calm, stating that the result will be challenged and he will reclaim the stolen mandate. I want Rivers people to be calm. we are going to reclaim the stolen mandate. We should not be troubled, and we should never opt for violence. I want Rivers people, especially my teaming supporters, who are being pained by what they are seeing, to keep hope alive. Victory is certain. We are bringing back the stolen mandate, Awara said. So this is the goings on in Rivers State. Awara allegedly has managed to convince himself that he won the election, and he was rigged out of it. And by the way, I would still look forward to the first time, if ever it will happen, that somebody will contend an election in Nigeria and lose and not claim that they were rigged out of that election, because every election that has been won and lost in Nigeria has been rigged in favor of the winner, allegedly according to the loser. And this is really what plays out in the Nigerian space. You contend an election. When you are contending an election, then obviously you are competing for something, and when you are competing for one spot, then only one person can occupy that one spot. So there has to be a winner, and obviously conversely there has to be a loser. So the winner takes the spoils, and the loser has to be a bit more dignified in just applauding the winner and saying fair fight and all that. But that never really seems to play out in the Nigerian setting. Every and any time that somebody contends for an election and they lose is always rigging. Now, I'm not saying that rigging did not take place in this instance. It's almost certain that rigging did take place, but rigging takes place across the board in Nigeria, because the AAC candidate is the adopted candidate of Rotimi Amechi, and we all know about Rotimi Amechi. We know who he is and what he's about. Is a rigging persona. Is the champion. Is the Michael Schumacher. Is the Lewis Hamilton. Is the Manchester City of rigging in Nigeria. Is the Odegbami, is the Segun Odegbami of rigging, is the JJ Okocha of rigging, and is the best of the best when it comes to rigging. Only Tinubu will rival Rotimi Amechi in rigging when it comes to Nigerian politics. So if the AAC candidate is the adopted candidate of Rotimi Amechi because APC was not able to field a candidate, then we know already that rigging would have taken place on his behalf too. So if he's now claiming that he was rigged out of this election, then really there's some, I'm not going to dismiss that out of hand, because there's always rigging taking place. There would have been rigging from the PDP, and there would have been rigging from the AAC via APC. This is just how it plays out in Nigeria. And when we're talking about rigging, we're talking about vote buying, we're talking about undue duress, we're talking about political thuggery, we're talking about INEC officials being bribed, ballot box stuffing, we're talking about all this kind of mannerism. So all of these things come together to make up that term vote rigging. So if you are saying that, oh, you did this but you didn't do that, it's still rigging. So if you are saying you put undue pressure on some people to vote for you, or you were thumb printing in some sections, or you are associating with Rotimi Amechi and you are saying that you're of clean hands, then really you're just kidding yourself, because vote rigging is vote rigging. So if you're in the contest and you lose, then sometimes you just have to take that defeat on the chin and be dignified about it. There was never really any real prospect of this Awara fella becoming the governor of Rivers State. It was never going to happen. It doesn't have the political structure. We all look at Sowore, for instance. He got less than 34,000 votes nationally, and he is the leader of their party. So if the leader of their party cannot even knock out 50,000 votes, then what chance does this guy, some abstract figure, have in Rivers State? So sometimes we have to apply a bit of common sense to this. Don't get me wrong, I don't really care for this Wike fella. A plague on his house as well. I don't really like him. He's probably as bad as Rotimi Amechi, but really nobody can be as bad as Rotimi Amechi, because he is a special category. He's like a Babangida, Abacha, Obasanjo's type looter. He's a good luck Jonathan level looter. So those are special category looters. So nobody can match him. But really, this Wike guy as well is a non-entity as well. Is an you know, it's just some clowning around in River State. But really, if he's a clown or not, we will always have the beating of Awara, because he has the name recognition, he has the antecedent, the people recognize him, and the people gravitate towards him more than this Awara fella who nobody knows. He probably isn't even known in his own local government, and then he's coming out to say that he was rigged out of an election. A lot of bullshit they're playing out there. Really sorry about the language, but it is bullshit, you know. So let's just put some perspective on this thing sometimes when we come out with these terms or rigging and all whatnot. So yes, you lost fair and square. He will make a lot of noise in the papers, but I doubt if he will go to court or anything, or if anything, he will write some petition, and that petition will be put on file along with the petition that has been waiting since 1960 that is already on file. So he'll be gathering dust, so he'll waste paper to send off, or at least they'll do it electronically now, so they are saving the environment there by not even using paper. So a bit of a nonsense. You know, you've lost. Wike carries on. The moment that APC was not able to field a candidate, that was the moment that Wike won that election. Because if APC is not able to field a candidate, and we are effectively running a two-party state system in Nigeria, because whether you like it or not, they might tell you that there are about 80 billion parties registered in Nigeria. Yes, anybody can register anything, but really there are only two parties at the moment in Nigeria. Even the third force really is not yet found its definition yet. So there are two parties, APC and PDP. So if the APC is not able to field a candidate, then it's an open run, an open goal, a free ticket, just go on and enjoy it kind of offering to the PDP candidate. So the moment APC was not able to field, that was the moment Wike won. So this Awara fella, thank you for the noise. At least you provided me content for a video, but really that's where it ends. This guy's name will disappear into the ethers. We'll forget about him in a year or two. He'll probably go and contest for some local government somewhere and become the chairman of some local government off the back of name recognition or some minor thing. He'll become some minor champion, some local champion somewhere. But really, that is the end of Solomon Grundy as far as this guy is concerned. So that's a chapter closed there. Awara, what Awara? So Wike carries on. What say you about this whole development? Let's have a conversation around this in the comment section. Governor Wike, this Awara fella, and of course our man Omoyele Sowore. How does he come into the equation? Conversations around this in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, meet you in the comment section. But before you come join me in the comment section, remember to click on the red subscribe button so it goes gray. Click on the bell button as well so you're notified as soon as I drop a new video. Then once you've done both, come join me in the comment section so we can carry on this conversation. But for now, I'll leave you here, meet you there, and I'll say peace.